So we'll start with our breathing practice. Yesterday we did a lot with our eyes open. So we'll do a breathing this morning. Everybody, if they're comfortable in Tadasana here, just rock around until you're comfortable on your feet. Look down, first of all, check your toes are in line, that we're not standing skew width. Look down and check you're kind of feeling like you've got symmetry either side of you to the floor, so that the balance is nice and easy. And then just think of your posture before we begin, because we want a nice long spine when we breathe. So think of tucking your tailbone and drawing your shoulder blades together, drawing up through your crown, but taking your shoulders away from your ears. Let your arms just hang. And then we're going to close our eyes for this practice of breathing this morning, as opposed to opening yesterday. We can still look, is the point. We can still look inwards and feel things. So start by popping your hands on your upper chest, middle fingers together. And connect the chest to the palm of the hand. Look at the two things. Feel that connection. And then breathe in for 2 breaths into the palm of the hands. Take inhale 4, exhale 4. Really make it smooth, nice slow breath, smooth transition. And then release. Release the breath, move the hands down to the ribs. Connect again, close your eyes, look at your palm of your hand, cusping, is that the right word? Your ribs, the bottom of your rib cage there. Let your elbows just go soft. You can do that with your eyes closed. You can feel it, and you can almost look at them moving down and softening. And then control the breath. Take a hold of the breath. Inhale 4, exhale 4. 2 breaths into your ribs. And feel that connection. Draw your inward vision down to the ribs and the hand connecting to the little movement between your middle finger as they open and close. And then let go of the breath. We're coming down to our tummies, just below the belly button. So middle fingers again. So you hear your hands probably just about on your pelvis. Close your eyes and just feel where they are. Your thumbs tend to stick up the way here, or mine do. Just attach your inner vision again to palms and tummy. Let the elbows and shoulders soften again. Find your feet and press gently into them. Find that long line up to your crown. And then take 2 breaths here. Inhale, exhale, nice, slow to your count of 4. Feeling the belly swell this time. Notice a little movement again as the fingers separate and then connect again. Really swell the belly. Fill yourself up with good energy. And exhale all tension. And then let go of the breath again. Take the hands and just turn them forward, palms facing forward, fingers wide, spread the palms. Let the shoulders go backwards and slide them down your back. Draw up through your feet, through your legs, through your tummy, tuck your tailbone, up through your crown. And then without touching, we're going to breathe into our chest again. So 2 breaths into the chest. Inhale, exhale for 4. Looking inwards, feeling that movement of your upper ribs, maybe a little bit into your back if you can do that too. And your shoulders and your collarbones. Move the breath now down to the ribs. 2 breaths there, same thing. Very slow, nice slow transitions, but really move the ribs and the back and the front of the body. Look inwards, feel that space. Feel that softening. Feel the arms gently moving out and in now as you move with your breath. And then take the breath down when you're ready to your belly. Same thing. Breathing in, really filling up, feel the belly swell, watch the bottoms not sticking out though, so tuck it under. So each time I give you a cue, you're vision, your inner vision, is going to that point. You're connecting visually inwardly. And then take the breath right up, and we want to hit all 3 points this time on your inhale for 4. So really nice, deep, smooth breath right down to the belly. So chest, then ribs, then belly expand. Hands expand, everything goes with it. Then soften from the belly, up through the ribs, up through the chest. 2 more like that. At your own time, inhale, feel the chest move. The back body as well as the ribs move. Belly swells, you raise up a little bit higher through the crown. And then we soften, take your time, really slowly expel all that tension, soften, 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 back down to the bottom. Keep the eyes closed, but let go of the breath now. Just see where your inner vision is drawn to. Mine is going straight to my palms. Maybe you're slightly different, might be your feet. If I say the word, your eyes will inwardly take you there. So just find where you're connecting to inwardly. And then release, all holding, open the eyes. Have a little step about again, just to move the legs, maybe a little shake through. We've stood for quite a while there. The muscles tend to get much more tired in this weather, and probably a lot of it is that we're losing fluid all the time. So please make sure everybody rehydrates. Drink more than you normally would. That's non-alcoholic, of course. So if you feel that you're a little bit heavy and a little bit slow, and even if you retain water, it's often because you're not flushing through properly. Okay, so come to standing with hands to heart center. We're following a lot of what we did yesterday, but standing. And then we'll move into our golden seed sequence, which I love. So I hope you do too. Hands together, heart center. Find that tucking of the tailbone sensation, the moving of the heart. Lift up the crown, lift it up. Tuck the chin back. And then gently just soften the chin so that you look down towards your middle fingers, which should be now directly looking up at you. So you might have to roll your hands slightly and open your elbows. And then connect to the middle fingers visually and just do what we did yesterday. So we're raising up, an in-breath, nice and slowly, just to the point that we find it a little bit strong in our neck to look any higher. So stop there, we're raising upwards, not folding backwards. And then gently exhale. Take your time exhaling the hands back down to heart center. Look again, connect, inhale up. And then exhale down. This time we're going up and we're choosing our hand this time. So raise up. Choose which hand you're visually going to connect to. And then open both arms, sweep them round, but follow with your eyes the hand that you've chosen. Bring the hands back round to heart center. Do the same again on the other side. Inhale up, looking at the fingers. Really reaching through the middle fingers as far as comfortable for your neck. Look at that hand that you chose this time. Open up, follow it round, gently opening the neck muscles. Hands come back down. One more each side. Inhale up. Maybe go to the other one this time that you didn't choose first time. You may be feeling a little bit left out. So look to my left in this case. Open the palms, spread the fingers. Turn the head just a little bit more, taking the shoulders back just a little bit further. Back to the front. Inhale up. If I'm going too fast or too slow, just make it your own time. Look slowly towards your left, or your right hand, sorry. Looking back a little bit further this time. And slowly bring the neck round as the hands come round. Then we're just going to roll through our feet. We did broken toe yesterday, so we're just rolling up one foot after the other. We also did walk the dog. It's the same movement that we're doing here, just to open up the soles of the feet and open up the thighs. If you can and you feel balanced enough, look down at your feet as you move through So gently open the back of the neck. Keep the shoulders directly above the pelvis if you can. So just open up the back of the neck by tipping the head gently forward to look at your feet. Nice shoulder and neck opener. And then stop, and we're going to roll up in both feet and take our hands with us this time. If that's not quite for you this morning with balance, keep your hands to heart center. Otherwise, we're going to roll up through both feet, and we're going to take the arms up as we inhale, up to the top. Don't need to look anywhere, just look straight ahead. Find a drishti point, and then roll slowly back down through your heels. If this is too much for you for the balance, go onto one foot, one arm. Back up. Hands at heart center. Remember, if that's okay, keep the tummy tucked, keep the bottom tucked in. You see, every time I say that, visually, inwardly, your mind takes you there and switches on those muscles. So in the next one, when we roll up, we're going to stay there. So get ready, breathe in, raise up, take your exhale at the top. We're inhale, exhaling up here for 3 breaths. We're really reaching through the middle fingers. If you want to, you can bring your hands together into Anjali Mudra. And then you can just look up visually towards the corner there, reaching up and just rolling into a very slight back bend in the upper body. Woo, lots of balance here. Just breathe, lift and hold. Stop, look, listen. And then slowly bring the hands down. Don't just dump into the heels if you can help it. Slowly roll back through the feet. Incredibly difficult, that one. Quite a small point that we're putting a lot of weight and balance onto. Okay, so we're going to take a roll down, roll up now. So we do it like we did yesterday. We're tucking the chin. We're visually connecting to our fingers, which are on our thighs to start with. We're bending the knees softly. So it's a nice soft forward fold. But if you want to start with straighter legs, as you go down, remember to bend your knees. So we're rolling down on the exhale. Inhale first, long back and neck is already happening. The cervical spine's already curving. And then we're going into the upper back, the top of the body, then the bottom of the ribs. We're following the fingertips down to the floor, softening the knees, letting the shoulders just roll forward, drawing the tummy in, tucking the hips. And then we're coming back up. So follow the fingers back up, push through the feet. Slowly opening the legs again, at the back of the legs is opening. Looking to the fingers, drawing that tummy in, which is just stuck out on me. Slowly roll the eyes along the floor. As you do that, roll your shoulders back behind you. Look up in front of you, open the hands. Hands back onto the thighs. We're going down and we're stopping for this time. So roll down slowly in your own time. Don't need to worry too much about the breath. If you do, it's the exhale here. When you get down as far as you're comfortable, looking at your fingers, sink your bottom right down until you can touch the floor beside your feet with your fingertips. And then just stop here. Your thighs and your belly might have neck. You might want to slowly lift your bottom up a little bit, up towards that back corner, just to open up your hamstrings a little bit more. Don't do too much. We haven't warmed up incredibly much this morning. Look towards your fingers, look towards your toes, and then close your eyes. Keep that vision in your eyes of your fingers and toes. And then we're opening the eyes, we're looking at the floor again as we're popping the fingers to the shins and we're rolling gently back up, tucking the tailbone, opening the back of the legs again, looking at the fingertips, looking along the floor then, and then slowly up the wall, rolling the shoulders back and round, squeezing that spot between our shoulder blades, tucking the tummy, opening the palms, lifting through the crown. And release forward. We're going to do that thing we did yesterday where we turn and face our one foot faces the short edge of the mat. We're kind of coming into almost warrior 1 feet here, or warrior 2, whichever feels more comfortable. Front leg is straight, but it can soften as we go forward, remember, the knee can soften there. And then we're going to gently turn the head to look behind us, turn the palm of the back hand out towards that back wall, and look down towards that middle finger. And then we're going to breathe in, we're going to lift that hand up, follow the hand with the eye, bring it right up above us, right round, as big a circle as you can make here. Soften the front knee if you have to. We're going to go down towards the big toe of that foot. So you can take the other hand up behind you if you want, just to stretch that shoulder too. And then follow the fingers back up, push through the front foot, drawing back up, right round. Take one more of these on this side. Looking back, we would inhale as we lift, try and make it last the whole of your breath. So inhale, nice big long slow inhale. Take the back hand up. If you want a back shoulder stretch, reach down, bend the front knee. Everybody can touch the floor then. And then follow that finger, push through the front foot. Find that rebound to hold you and lift you back up. Reach, reach, reach over the top of your head. Take the hand behind you, look down. Find that big stretch in the neck, and then roll gently back up to the top and look forward. Turn the feet, we're going the other way. So we're looking backwards first of all, and then looking down. Don't do too many movements with your neck in one go, otherwise you're going to put too much force through it. So we're looking at the back hand again. We're inhaling, we're lifting, reaching, 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 drawing the tummy in as we do that. See how your vision moved? Even though you're looking one way, inwardly you can still look another. And we bring our hand down by softening the knee. Follow that finger back up on an inhale. Reach, reach. Extend that arm as far as you can. Up the way, out the way. One more. Take the other hand backwards this time if you want to stretch out that shoulder. Lift, lift, lift. Watch your tailbones not going out the way and the bottom sticking out like a duck. So you had 3 vision points there. Look up, maybe behind you this time to that back hand. And then back up to the top. So when I said that, you were able to look at your finger and think of your tailbone and also think of a duck. When you look behind you, look up again to the side wall and then turn your head forward. It might seem that I do these things very slowly, but your neck really is something to think of when you're moving it. Okay, so we're standing with our feet a little bit wider now, and we're turning our heels inwards and our toes outwards. And we're going to come into Goddess. So you know the stance, you feel right with this. So we're coming into Goddess by slowly bending the knees so that they're over the ankles and they're turning out the way. So if you're finding that your knees are rolling in, you might need to turn your toes in a little bit more. It's much more opening in the inner thighs to turn your feet out the way, obviously. Wherever you are, think of tucking the tummy and rolling the tailbone under so that you really feel connected and opening in the inner thighs here. Whether your knees are forward, you can still do that movement. Okay, so we've got the legs right, we're nice and stable here. We're drawing our tummy in, supporting everything in our core. Then we're taking our arms out and we're popping them into goalpost. So they come straight out to the elbow and then they fold and the hands are open and wide again. Then we're thinking of the spot between our shoulder blades and drawing that together. So you'll feel the elbows and the back of the palms moving backwards. Hold here. And then we're going to look towards our right hand as we push gently through the feet and come back up to standing and look towards our right middle finger. And then we're going to soften, look forward, come back down into Goddess. Push, 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 we're coming back up, we're looking towards our left middle finger. And then we're softening back into Goddess. So it would be exhale as we come into Goddess. Inhale as you come up, we're looking again, gently turning to look towards our right middle finger. Exhaling back down into Goddess. Try and go lower each time if you can. Reach out, look towards your left hand. Back down into Goddess. Hold for a minute. If you can close your eyes, do so. If not, just half close them. Look, listen, just check all the points. What's happened to the tummy, the bottom, the thighs, the feet, the shoulder blades, the elbows, the back of the hands, the crown, tuck of the chin. And then come back up to standing, slowly reaching out with your hands, reaching out with your feet. Bring the hands back down. Turn the feet forward. And then we're going to bring in our bricks now and do our golden seed sequence, which I always enjoy this one. Hopefully everybody does. So we bring in quite a lot of what we've done there into our golden seed. You'll need your bricks in front of you for when we forward fold and we do our open. So it's wide leg, obviously, here. Wide legs, you have to kind of move your feet in golden seed because at some point you're in goddess, but other times when you're doing your forward folding, you want your foot then to roll forward or even have the heels slightly outwards to stop you sliding. So we start with our legs a little bit wider than normal apart. We breathe in, we reach up, and we'll look up as we roll up into a slight back bend here in the upper back. Look up towards the middle fingers. Let the hands come down. One more of those. Watch that tailbone's not doing the duck thing again. So draw up, look up, roll up through the upper chest, really opens there. And as you come down, you're going to turn the feet outwards and you're coming into goddess. And then we're going to take the hands out in goddess, stretch the fingers out, fold the palms down, so we're stretching out the back of the wrists, and we're going to look gently towards our right, and then turn slowly to the centre and look towards our left. We're then going to push through the feet, come back up to standing, and then we're coming back into goddess again. This isn't just a normal golden seed sequence. We're coming back into goddess. Think of that rolling the undercarriage. Look out now, turn your palms up the way, fold and flex the hands in the way. So really big stretch on the other side. Look towards your right, look towards your left. Both again, right, back to left. Turn the palms down the way, push through the feet, we come back up to the top. And then we're folding forward at our hinges. So here we would turn our feet now again, you're rolling them forward. We're hinging here, remember, at the bottom, not at the waist, at your hip flexors. We're folding forward slowly to find our bricks. So your feet, the wider they are, the more difficult this is. Bend your knees if you have to until you find your bricks. Find that the bricks under your shoulders. And then when pushing the weight, when moving the weight rather, into our right hand, looking at our left middle finger and opening up in a big twist, reaching up above us into a sort of T shape. Follow that hand slowly back down. So inhale up the other side now, so we're following the right middle finger. Following the hand back down. Other side again, left side, look at the middle finger, follow it round. Your head might have started to go before your hand there. Try and follow the hand. And then back to the right side, follow that finger. Make everything twist together, like wringing out a towel here. And then bring the hand back down to the brick. We're bringing the feet a little bit closer together, bending our knees, the toes are still facing forwards, and grabbing our beach ball in front of us, our imaginary beach ball. And our hands are underneath it as we lift it up like it's really heavy. We're drawing it up past our tummies, past our shoulders, turning the palms, reaching up with that ball, imaginary energy ball, lifting it up as high as we can. Then we're releasing the hands down. We're bringing them right round again. We're bringing them up in front of us with that ball. We're doing what we did yesterday. We're softening the knees. We're taking the ball down and we're swinging it gently between our legs. But it's not a big swing effect. It's a real controlled movement here as we reach the ball back up through us. Softening the knees as we go down, opening them up as we come up. A little bit of a back bend maybe at the top there, back down again. Rolling through the hips, opening the legs as we come through the legs. Back up to the top. We take that energy, we draw it down then, and we bring it back to center, all that energy back into us. Okay, let's do that one more time, a little bit quicker this time. So when you're ready, we're going to breathe in, sink the knees slightly, lift up into a little bit of a back bend, look up towards the middle fingers, exhale the hands down, soften the knees. Bring the hands in front of you. Inhale, back up again. Look up, little bit of a back bend, squeeze the shoulders together. Back down. As you come down, turn the feet and come into Goddess. And then we're going to bring our arms into Goddess. Hold, breathe, think of that tummy, think of that tailbone, think of the inner thighs, squeeze the shoulder blades together, the back of the hands, lift up through the crown, reach out with the hands, turn the palms down, look to your right, turn the head forward, look to your left, turn the head forward, push through the feet, reach up with the hands, take them above your head again. We're coming back down into Goddess one more time. So draw down, think of all those points as you draw into Goddess. Keep the arms out this time. Roll the shoulders round, turn the palms up towards the ceiling, then fold the fingers inwards. Look towards your right, look forward, look towards your left, look forward, push gently through your legs, bring yourself back up to the top. We're forward folding on the hip hinges, so inhale. As you exhale, turn your feet forward, remember, and then start to fold forward into your wide leg forward fold. Bring the bricks in under your hands, into your left hand this time. Look at your right finger, open up slowly into that nice big twist. And then slowly back down. Into your left hand, into your right hand, sorry, move your left. Really feel an expansion and a twist. So it's not about just twisting, we're thinking of expanding the whole body. Inhale, exhale. Use those to expand and soften. We're on the right side again, sorry. And then back down, one more to the left. Really as if you're going slow motion, like you're in a space shuttle. That must be a funny place to do yoga. And then bend the knees softly, turn the feet forwards, take a hold of that ball underneath it, gently moving up, pressing through both feet. We use the rebound, tuck the tummy, tuck the tailbone, take it up as high as you can, to about shoulder height probably, turn the hands, heel to heel, and then move the ball up ahead of you, look up, look back slightly, a little bit of a back bend here, and then let go of the ball. Bring that energy down, spread it around. And then we're taking the hands up, ball between the hands again, look up at it, soften the knees, roll forward at the hinges, remember. Drawing the tummy in, slowly taking the hands back behind you as you straighten your legs maybe a little bit and open the hamstrings. Soften the knees again as you roll back through. Draw the hands up, use your feet to rebound. Use that energy up through the legs. One more. Soften. Tuck the tummy. Open the sit bones. Lift up towards that back corner. Bend the knees. Soften. Draw the ball back through. Lift, lift, lift. Look up towards the ball. And then draw the hands together. Take the ball in the hands, that ball of energy. Draw it back down slowly. And back into you at your tummy. And then release. Just bring your feet in a little bit so you feel a little bit more stable. Close your eyes for a second. Roll your shoulders open on the front of your body. Let your hands just hang, taking your shoulders away from your ears. Tuck the chin, feel the long back of the neck. Maybe got a bit more space there now. And breathe. Counter poses, really important to counter pose in yoga. To let everything reset and regroup. Okay, So when you're ready, we're going to need no more bricks, so pop the bricks well out of your way. If you want a wall or a chair near you, we're going to try dancer in a minute. So you will need your strap in a moment. Have it handy just down by your foot. So to do dancer, we need a lot of opening on the quads here. So we're just going to do a couple of movements in the leg and stretch off before we try dancer. So we're moving into our left foot. We're squeezing our left glute towards the center line. So this is where we're standing. And this is really important in dancer as well, or any one leg balance. Remember, it's the standing leg that counts, never this one that we do all fancy things with. Okay, so it's a standing leg, and we want to not do this. We want to really push that hip in to the center line, so there's a nice strong line from foot up to shoulder. And then we're just going to take our right leg up, and we're going to take our hand, pop it on the shin or behind the thigh, and just draw that knee into chest, but try not to roll forward. Just stop this, look at your left finger, and then gently move your hand, oops, watching, quite a balance here. Move your hand up, looking at the middle finger, and then let go of that watching, look forward, lift your finger up, and you should find you've straightened up in the top half. Then try and draw that knee in towards your chest. And hold and breathe. Think of that hip on your left side. Think of drawing your left arm in towards your ear a little bit more to make a nice long line now up the left side body. Feel the stretch around the back of the right hip. If you're wobbling, don't worry. If it's too much a hand above your head, you can use a chair or the wall here for balance if it's not for you this morning. Some days our balance is just off. Tells us a lot about ourselves. Slowly let the leg and the hand come down. We're moving to the other side. So we're moving into the right hip. If you need to shugle off in between them, please do. Moving into the right hip, kick it inwards, squeeze that glute. Connect to your foot visually, internally. Connect to your foot. Lift the toes, not the toes. It's the 3 points on the foot that we use. And then we're drawing the left knee in. Behind the thigh or on the shin, whichever's more comfortable. The foot's just dangling. We're probably already started to cave inwards. So if you can't put your hand above your head, we're just thinking about rolling that top shoulder out. If you're comfortable, look at your right middle finger and follow it up in front of you. And as you visually, whoops, go up, then you'll find your whole body follows your eyes. You'll have to stop at some point and look forward, or you go over like I'm doing, but then reach up through the middle finger, draw that upper arm towards your ear, draw that right hip in, draw the left knee towards your chest, reach, reach, reach through your right side body. Feel that lovely opening through the back of the left hip as you squeeze your thigh. And then release slowly, bring the hand down first probably, and then the leg. And then we're doing the same thing but backwards. So we're taking our left hip, squeezing it again, taking the right foot, either catching your trousers or your foot if you can catch your foot. Then we're keeping our knees, once you've caught your foot, bring your knees back together. Bring your thighs back together. And then try and think of moving that right knee that you've folded down towards the floor. So stretching out, you'll feel then your hip flexor open. Squeeze the right hip as well. So you're moving your left hip inwards, but you're squeezing your right hip forwards. Big opening then in the quad. We won't bother with the arm on this side, we'll just open the leg. So we're thinking more about opening the quad here. So we're really trying to bring the heel towards the bottom, squeeze the right glute to open the front hip flexor, and move the knee downwards rather than forwards or wobbling all over the place. Really big hip opener, thigh opener, and you'll feel it on your knee possibly as well, so be careful. A bit late now. Okay, so then the other side. So we're squeezing the right glute for balance. Upper body's not really doing too much. We're taking the left foot now, or the left trouser leg, or the left ankle, wherever you can grab. And then draw the knee back towards the other knee. Squeeze the inner thighs together. The foot should be out of your vision. If I was looking at you, I shouldn't be seeing it over here. So it should be behind you. So you'll then feel an opening here in your left shoulder. Okay, so draw the tummy in to tap both sit bones. And then squeeze that left glute so that you're pushing it forwards and opening up the front of your hip flexor. Draw your left knee down towards the floor and breathe. Breathe and enjoy that nice big stretch. The muscle on your quad is stretching. Imagine it's stretching from the middle, not from either end. It's not like pulling an elastic band from either end. It's like we're gently moving it out from the center point, upwards and downwards to open it. And then release. Okay, so now we're going to try and move into dancer. You need your strap if you can. If you haven't got a strap, you can use a towel, you can use a dressing gown strap, whatever. If you haven't got either, then you can actually just do what we've done and grab a hold of your trouser leg or your foot. If you can catch your foot, then that's fine, but I was just going to show everybody a different way to do dancer that's not quite so strenuous this morning. So hook it round your right foot to start. I'm going to do this side on. And then that strap's going to go over my right shoulder now. So it's completely up that way, okay? So we're moving into our left leg here. So we're thinking of squeezing that left glute towards center line. That's our standing balance. And then we're bending the right foot up and we're slowly just moving that strap forward as the foot comes up until you find that connection. Mine's slipping again, am I? Okay, so until you find that connection where your foot feels comfortable. You get any cramp in the back of the hamstring, then just loosen it off a little bit and then bring the knees slightly closer together. So we're then thinking of the hip hinges. We're not folding at the waist here. We're just gently moving forward on your left hip hinge. So you're just slowly bringing your weight forward in a nice long front body. And then only to about 30 degrees. It's not a big bend forward. And then gently kick your foot into the strap and let the strap loosen through your hand and lift that foot, move that foot out the way slightly. And then think of your right quad. We're going to lift it, squeezing the right glute to lift that thigh a little bit higher. Anybody that's wobbling, use a wall or a chair or something to hold on to here. So we've got a nice curved long front body here. It's almost like a front body opening here, a bit of a back bend going on. We're kicking into the back foot and we're lifting that back thigh. And then if you're comfortable, we're going to look at your left middle finger and we're going to gently follow it as it raises out in front of you to just above shoulder height. Turn the palm up the way, look towards it, reach that hand away, lift the knee and the thigh a little bit higher, kick the foot a little bit more into the strap, reach, 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 and balance. So that's quite strong first thing on a Tuesday morning. We're going to breathe here. Whoops, I'm falling out of it. When you're ready, do just come back down. We're going to try the other side. If that was too much, then I apologise, but please use a wall or a chair or something to balance. Everybody can do that somehow or another. Find your own modification in these things, but try and listen to the cues. So when I say lift the thigh, then try and lift the thigh. But if you're holding a wall, it's much easier. Okay, try the other side now. If everybody's game to go for it. Okay, so strap over your left shoulder this time. It's just a kind of loose hold so that when you want to loosen it off, you can. So initially, we're going to bring that right hip in, squeeze it towards center line, find that balance. Lift the left foot gently up until it feels comfortable. Don't need to bring it heel to bottom here. Just lift it up. Bring the knees back closer together to start. Think of the right hip hinge here and we're just gently folding forward. As you do that, it's a fulcrum, so your leg will start to go up behind you. And then we're ending up looking ahead of the mat, about a metre ahead of the mat you're looking at now. So connect your eyes to there first of all. And then you're slowly just going to lift that back thigh, squeezing that back glute, lift it as high as you can, and then move the foot away from you. Kick the foot into the strap strap then a little bit closer to you. So really make it a connection there between the strap and the foot. And then look at your middle finger of your right hand if you want to go for that. Otherwise, if you're here, just slowly try to bring your heart forward, lift it and lift the thigh at the same time. So try and imagine a big curvy banana shape in your body. If you're going to take the hand, look at the middle finger of your right hand, draw it up to just about eye height, turn the palm upwards, lift the palm a little bit higher, look forwards, reach, 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 lift that back thigh, kick that back foot away from you, draw the strap closer, and then release slowly back down. So I did say we weren't going to do too much this morning, but that was quite strong. Not too sweaty, but quite strong. So, might be feeling it in our hips a little now. So we're going to just take a roll down into ragdoll. So slowly, when you're ready, sink the knees, open the bottom already, nice stretch there. Hands to your thighs, let your fingers trail down your legs, let your eyes follow, tuck your tummy, come back down, grab a hold of each elbow if you can and you're comfortable, otherwise hands to the floor. Really soften the knees, soften the thigh to the belly, make it as big an opening round the back of the hips as you can. Maybe close your eyes and take your inner vision to that space, that the crease at the back of your hips between your bottom and your hamstring. Just imagine that space opening now and spreading and loosening. Use the exhale to soften and visualize that area as you do. And as you do that, just feel everything move slowly. As it all softens, your clothes start to release around your body, your skin starts to move and open. And then everything below starts to loosen. So this is an inversion. If anybody's feeling a little bit dizzy, we're going to come down to the floor now anyway. But if you ever do, then you would look along the floor and connect your vision to the floor. So we're going to come down now by popping our hands to the floor and come down onto our knees. We're just going to do a couple of cat-cow dynamic cat-cows here, just to loosen off a bit. So find your tabletop, breathe in long, and as you exhale, start to roll into your cat back from your sit bones and take your heels back, hips back towards your heel. Not quite into child's pose, but almost, stretching through the armpits. Draw the forearms to the floor as you inhale, roll the heart forward through the arms, draw yourself up into cow, into nice big back bend. And then back into cat, rolling from the sit bones first, up through the spine until your head looks backwards, your eyes look back between your knees as you roll back into cat. And then elbows to the floor. Your eyes then trace along the floor, your heart moves forward behind it, through your arms, back up to cow. And then take yourself back gently this time into child's pose. You may want to bring your big toes together, widen your knees to the width of the mat, come back to wide leg child's pose. Whichever you choose, come back into child's pose. Forearms at least to the floor, if not your hands down beside your legs. If you put your hands beside your legs, it's quite strong onto your head and your neck, so that might be too much for you. It does give you a really nice shoulder release doing that, but it may be that you want to keep some support of your forearms on the floor in front of you, just to take the weight off your head. Just feel that nice opening again, round about your hips, round about the front of your knees. Take your vision inwardly down to those spaces that you're making. Nice space on the front of the ankle. Nice space on the back of the body. And let the weight move a little bit more into that spot between your eyebrows, if your head's on the floor or if it's on a brick. Just try and let the weight move slightly more in towards there. And find that nice stretch in the back of the neck. Let the belly just soften. Let the front body just soften. If you're in wide legs, just bring your knees together into child's pose, but with your knees closer and sort of hip distance apart. Let's everybody just finish by stretching out away from us. Walk the hands away as far as you can. Reaching up onto your fingertips, head still on the floor at this point. Really reach through and open up the armpits and the side body. And just lift your head gently, a couple inches off the floor. Roll your chin forward, lifting up your head so you're not crunching the back of the neck and looking towards your fingertips. And breathe. And then walk the hands back towards you. Come up to kneeling. Bring yourself to seated. So we didn't really have time for Shavasana. If anybody wants Shavasana, Shavasana is a very personal practice and it's a really important part of practice. But it's not one I do here in the short classes so much because I don't want you to just lie there while I'm sitting saying nothing and we're doing not a lot together as a class. So Shavasana is something you can always take afterwards. Just lie on the mat and enjoy the space. Look inwardly, do your own body scans, or just lie there and enjoy that space. But please don't think I don't think that's important. It isn't that. It's just I don't feel it's our time here together used wisely. So if we'd had another 15 minutes, that's what we'd be doing. Okay, thank you everybody this morning for your practice. I hope that wasn't too hot and sweaty for you, but you feel like you've done something and you feel like you've got up. Thank you. And tomorrow night is our last class before I go and have a break. So I'll be putting out my normal multitude of emails to remind you. Thank you so much, everybody, and namaste.